Hi, everybody. I'm Terry. Welcome to my channel. I teach meditation, and today I was drawn into doing this show on money. So, there have been some problems with money in some of the banks and cryptocurrency. And so, I thought I'd go into the energy of cryptocurrency. This is entertainment only. This is what my guides show me, my intuition. And I'm seeing that what's going on. First, I went into the American dollar, and that didn't work out because obviously we are a planet. And, it's global now. Everything's global now. So this is a glitch in the system. We will get over it. I see Biden, and he's standing 80 feet tall on top of a mountain of money. And he's got this. He has a plan. They will restructure a lot of banks. So and they'll consolidate their losses. It's not just the banks, it's the insurance companies too. So the insurance companies are in trouble. Um, and things will change because people that have rebuilt and rebuilt in areas that can't be salvaged, and they've been encouraged, right? The government hasn't gone in and said no. In fact, the government has gone in and said, oh, we'll insure you if, nobody else will pick you up. And the states can't afford that either, can they? So they're going to consolidate their losses somehow. The banks will be compressed. And by that, I mean they'll be chopped up. So um, I don't know if anybody remembers Ma Bell, but Ma Bell got so big that finally the government said, you know what, you're going to have to cut this up. You're going to have to go smaller. Like Southwestern Bell, and they had all the different Bell babies all around. So the bank babies are going to come in. There's going to be perhaps a bank for your savings and loan, a bank for your credit card, a different bank for your um, mortgage. So things like this are going to happen with the big banks, and that's going to have to be global, isn't it? So because there's what, 5 or 6 big banks around the planet right now that control so much of the money. Um, a lot of this has been growing for a long time. And, you can go back to Reagan and trickle down economics. Um, but it's been mass produced. And the last government here in the US made a lot of money, just kept making money, putting it out there, just dollars. That's just paper that was put out there. So it's been overinflated, and certainly the stock market's been overinflated. And the people that have made money off that, it's not like the people, the average Joe on the street, right? It's not us. It's the people with deep pockets that have made all the money on that. So that's just not fair. So credit will tighten. There'll also be a different structure for the payday loan companies and the car title companies. So they really treat us like we're kids, right? I mean, the banks, the credit card companies saying, oh, well, yeah, you can get a loan here, but it's going to cost you, your left arm. Or, yeah, if you want to pay for your child's college fund, it's going to cost you, you're going to have to work till you're 75. I mean, they have treated us like children, like we're in 7th grade. And also, it's not just the banks and the government, it's the media. So they have decided that they're going to tell us what we want to hear. And they've they've done a big separation, haven't they? So I don't know about your families, but my family, my cousins, and my immediate family were kind of separated through all this because I didn't realize that they'd grown up in more conservative households than we had. I thought we were all Democrats. So it doesn't matter which way you're brought up, but those are the constructs that you're brought up with. And you're brought up to think this certain way. And like, this is red and this is purple, right? And that's what you see. So changing that narrative, and and starting to look at things in a different perspective is going to be what's needed for everybody, the whole planet. Um, uh, I digress. So when I went into this crypto crash, I saw um, a big sun. So this big sun, and I know China has a sun on its flag, don't they? So that flag of China, and I also felt like it was dark money and Russia was involved. So I got that close, and then boom, a big concrete wall came down. So I know better than to go behind a dark energy concrete wall. I'm not going there. So just know that there's something dark back there. Somebody was trying to do something probably, but it didn't work because of extenuating circumstances. Because we also had everybody had gotten sick for a while. Um, when we had that, we had to stay in, and that really hurt a lot of governments and the economies, right? And then also this war in Ukraine. So the poor Ukrainian people that have taken the brunt of all this, haven't they? So I see Russia going in thinking that they were going to, because they didn't have any money left. Um, their economy was slumping. And Ukraine is like the breadbasket, isn't it, of Europe, or part of it, one of the breadbaskets of Europe. And so they wanted to come in and take that over. They needed that. They needed that land. They needed their economy. They needed their resources, very rich in resources. So they were really interested in that. And that worked against them because they didn't realize that the world would step up and help Ukraine. Now, not to say that we couldn't have done more, perhaps, but um, we do stand behind them, the beautiful Ukrainian people. So um, um, I see that Russia um, will not be able to feed their people, probably. They're beautiful people. They don't have the economic resources to go through with this regime that they have right now. And there'll be a change in leadership, probably this year, 2023, if not early 2024. Um, if it doesn't happen sooner than that, or if it does happen sooner than that, um, I'm not sure that the new leader will be the leader. Excuse me. If my nose is running, it means spirit's coming in. So one of my teachers, George, he's a shaman. He says when your nose runs, it means your co-pilot's coming in, your soul guides. Anyway, so when I digress. Oh yeah, so Russia. So it might be a few years before they get the leadership that's really for the people. But the beautiful people of Russia will be served, and they'll be served well. They will have a government that stands behind them, that treats them like adults. And they are a very well educated uh, uh, group of people. And once they're able to move freely again and get things under control, they're going to go places. But until then, if they need food, I see the world stretching out their hand in solidarity and helping once there's a regime change. Um, for Ukraine, I see the same. I see that it's going to be rebuilt like state of the art. Okay, they've been through all this, but when they rebuild, um, there's going to be so much love there, so much pride. Grief, yeah, but sometimes I say that when you have those growth opportunities, those effing growth opportunities of grief or whatever happened, then you come back so much stronger, don't you? And what really matters to you change. So I see Ukraine once again being a huge arts community, and uh, growing on this new model of what a city should be. So it's going to be quite lovely. China. So China, I see China has a mountain of gold that they're sitting on. I don't quite understand this, but this is what Spirit showed me. There's a mountain of gold that China sits on, and it has a barbed wire fence around it. They're not sharing it, it's just the politicians sitting on it. So they're not sharing it with their people. Their people are hungry, their people are forced to work long hours. Um, we're treated like seventh graders, perhaps in the West, but they're treated like, third graders. Don't leave your house, work these hours, don't have a child. Oh, okay. If you're not married, maybe you can have one child. So, yeah, that's all going to change. Maybe 2030. I don't think the leader that they currently have will be in power that long. I think he'll be out next couple of years, maybe. But for a regime change that's truly for the people and the beautiful people of China, I think that's going to happen a little later than that. So this is what I saw. I think we'll be okay. We'll be fine when we buy. Uh, by 2030, we'll be in communities that were probably doing a lot of trading, you know, and working together. Probably more people living together, um, community housing of some sorts, and bartering. So, I am not a huge fan of bending over and working in the garden here because it gets to be about 110 where I live. So, but I do like to cook, so I'd be happy to cook everybody's food for them. I mean, different things like that. We all have gifts, right? Or things that we can do, or we can give love. So, and that's what my guides tell me is the most important thing. Just giving a smile, giving your energy, your love, shining your light. That's what we're called to do here right now. So, that is my long winded um, scenario of money, Russia, China, and light. Have a great day, everybody. Come meditate with us. We meditate Monday through Friday. We have a tribe, and it's a beautiful thing to do. We're at 7:11 a.m. Central Time, but anytime you can come in and watch one of the shows later, you'll get that energy, and it's quite lovely. All right. Have a great day, everybody. Bye bye.